All right, here we go. Thursday language arts. So we are going to be summarizing 4 paragraphs. This is kind of like what we did yesterday, but instead of one long story, we have really 4 short stories. So I'm going to take my paper from yesterday. Remember the one about s'mores? And we're going to use this framework right here. We're going to pick out the somebody, what they wanted, what happened, how did they fix the problem, and how did the story end? Okay, we're going to use that framework to come up with our summary. So let me go ahead and read paragraph number 1, and we will get to it. It says, with a quick jolt, the carriage stopped. I don't know why that 3 is there. That doesn't make sense. Princess Nadia could see the small cottage and rushed to exit the carriage to get to the almost hidden home. If anyone was going to save her village, it would be her. Princess Nadia was determined that no villain was going to take over the kingdom. Okay, so who are we talking about? Princess Nadia. I'm going to underline that. You don't have to, but I'm going to. And we're going to just start by saying Princess Nadia. That's the who. What did she want to do? Right here it says, if anyone was going to save her village, it would be her. What did she want to do? Save her village. Whoops. Okay, remember, as always, if you need more time to copy this down, just pause your video. All right, we have the who and the what. Princess Nadia wanted to save her village from who? Who was she trying to save the village from? A villain. Okay, we don't know how she did it. We don't have enough information to really use all of our questions like we did in the s'mores story. But that's basically everything in one sentence. Princess Nadia wanted to save her village from a villain. Boom, case closed. All right, moving on to story number 2. Hang on, I got a little water on my table. Matthew stood awake during the night and tried not to hear sounds. There was a rushing sound that resembled that of a train. Even though it was supposed to be a simple storm, something just did not sound right about the wind. He woke up his family. There was a tornado coming. So since we live in Oklahoma, we're pretty familiar with tornadoes because we live right in the middle of Tornado Alley. It has been said that when a tornado comes through a town, it sounds a lot like a train going by. The wind is just so ferocious. So that's what Matthew was hearing. Not an actual train. He was hearing the wind, but it sounded like a train. It's a simile. Okay, so who are we talking about here? Matthew. What did he want? Well, it sounds like he was scared, okay? And maybe he wanted to stay safe. He did wake up his family. So I'm going to underline that. It doesn't sound like there was anything stopping him from doing that, so there really wasn't a problem other than the fact that a tornado was coming. But there's no stopping a tornado. Okay. He did the right thing by waking up his family, and we don't know what happens. We don't know if they went to the shelter, went into a bathroom or a closet. We don't know if their house got blown away or the roof got ripped off or maybe just some tree branches fell down. We don't know. So again, we don't have 100% enough information to use our little framework, but we have some. So we're going to start with Matthew because that's the main character. Okay, and Matthew was what? Sounds like he was scared. Okay, because it says he tried not to hear the sounds. But tornadoes are really loud and then they're not really something you can tune out. So instead of saying scared, because we don't really know he was scared, we could say Matthew woke up and heard a sound resembling a train. Okay, so we're going to say Matthew. Matthew woke up and heard, we'll just make it short, a tornado coming. So it sounds like maybe it was supposed to just be a little thunderstorm that turned into something a little more scary. Because it said even though it was supposed to be a simple storm, something just did not sound right. Now guys, if you come up with a different sentence, that's fine if you want to write that down. There's not one exact right answer. Like with math today, there was only one right answer. This is different. There can be a lot of correct answers, okay? So if you come up with something on your own or you want to make it a little bit different, by all means, go ahead. All right, number 3. Pamela looked out at the large crowd and tried to determine where her family was sitting among the ocean of eager lookers. Pamela did not see them. She took a deep breath and tried to remember her lines. This is when Pamela saw her dad. She smiled and said her lines. So, what does it sound like Pamela is about to do? Sounds like she's about to perform in a play because she's reading lines, okay? Maybe it's even a musical because that's singing and acting together. So, the who is Pamela. That's the easy part. Okay, so I noticed they used the word ocean. Was Pamela really looking out into an ocean of eager lookers, or are they using that as a figure of speech? Definitely. What she's doing is she's looking from the stage, or maybe even the side of the stage, at all of the people in the audience. And it probably did look like an ocean of people, but it wasn't literally water. Okay, so do you think Pamela was nervous? I do, because it says she took a deep breath and tried to remember her lines. And then once she saw her dad, she smiled and was able to say her lines. So it sounds like she was nervous until she saw some familiar faces. So I think we should say something like that. So Pamela was nervous to say her lines until what? She saw her dad. I know that always helped me to see some familiar faces in the crowd. I never did any acting, but I did dance, and so dance recitals or dance competitions, it was nice to see a familiar face. Oops. Okay, if you need more time on number 3, just pause. Number 4, last one. I know you are super busy, but can you please help me with the math homework today? You are so good at math, and I am really having trouble. Plus, if you help me today, I will help you with your book report next week. Also, my mom made these totally yummy cookies today, and we can have some while we are working. All right, so it sounds like we don't know who the main character is. There's no name. But it's kind of coming from the point of view of the reader. I know you are super busy. So we're going to say I. That's the main character. That's all we know. I. What's going on with the main character? They're asking for help. Specifically, math homework help. And they're bragging on this person they're talking to. It could be a sibling. It could be a friend or even just a classmate. Saying, you're so good at math and I'm having trouble. If you help me, I'll help you. Plus, my mom has cookies. Okay, so they're kind of bribing this person. So we could say, this person, I. Okay, I'm trying to think in my head how I want to word this. Okay, I need help with math. And no, not and. Let's use the word but. I need help with math, but I can help you with your book report. It's not my favorite way to answer this question. You could even write, if you help me, I'll help you, or something like that. But basically this is saying, I'm not great at math and could use your help, but I'm good at book reports, so I can help you, kind of returning the favor. Again, there's not one right answer, and if you come up with something better than mine, then go ahead and write it down. Guys, we have one more day of assignments, and then it is time for our 3-week break until summer school. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow.